Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back at my parents, camping at my parents' house, and we just had a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Sorry, the sun's in my eyes. But now I'm gonna pretend like I know how to set up my awning again. Well, hello, Wildcat. Failing at this. Especially hitting the table over. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing. So, how many of you have been watching and thinking, oh my god, why is she doing like that? Why does she do this? I don't know. It's time. Okay. I could have pulled it out further. Alright, so that's the first time I've done that all by myself without any help. Okay, got my awning set up. I put in my own guidelines, and I've been watching enough YouTube videos that I learned how to tie a knot. That's a slip knot. One over here. Sorry. I got this knot ready so that, and left it like this. Not like this, but set up to where I just put this into the stake and then go ahead and use it. The knot was ready. I didn't have to tie it just now. Because, you know, I don't have time for that. I hear coyotes. It's cold out here. Baby, it's cold outside. And I didn't bring my knife. Okay. Shoes go here. So I'm hanging out at my parents' house. I got here around lunchtime and we had our Thanksgiving dinner. Now it's about, oh boy, around 6 or 6:30 in the evening. Um, it is cold here. But I'm able to, I have power, but I have this little 400-watt space heater I've got to use tonight. I was thinking like, oh, I don't need heat, blah, blah, blah. I need heat. It's cold outside. I do have another heater that I've used already here a couple times in my camper. Sorry. But the wattage is higher. I like it because it has a thermostat, but I want to try this one because it's only a 400 watt. So I'm going to get this open and get it going and get settled in my camper. Okay, so I have my heater set up. That's a little heater. I got my little DVD player. My toilet's right there. My suitcase is there. My clothes. That will be moved later. I got my nice little sink here. I got my little portable fridge. My light. I'm all set up for the night. Hopefully that little thing should keep this camper pretty warm. So in some of my previous videos, there is one video that shows me putting in these lights, and if you'll notice, they quit at that point and do not work. Okay, that's because of how I don't know how long ago it was, but last summer when I was having trouble with condensation, well, it got wet right there, right? And that's why it quit from there all the way around. So I kept a reel of it. You know, that it came with 2 reels. So at some point I'm going to add the second one. Maybe I should put it somewhere else, not along the wall right there, but I like it there. We'll see. In the meantime, at least I still have those, huh? Okay. So, yes, I'm camping in my parents' yard. At least I get to be in my camper, okay? I stay so busy these days, it's hard to find time to camp. I miss camping. But anyway, here I am, gonna enjoy my camper. I did have a good Thanksgiving dinner and good time with my family. It's always great thing. So if you'll notice, the setup of my camper is different. That is, instead of the east to west setup where I had my camper, my bed right in the middle from window to window. You'll see some videos where I have that. The reason the bed is set up like this, north to south, is because of my camping trip back in July with Rachel. And, you know, because I had my bed here and I set something up for her down there. And I haven't had time to switch it over. And I will say, after having it like this, it was fine if you're camping with a friend. But I do like the, what's the word? The efficiency, convenience of having the bed in the middle, east to west, like from window to window, because I can see the way it is, I have to put things around like that. And I just want things set up to where I don't have to move things around to make other things work. And that is what was good about the east to west setup, and having it kind of in the middle, because I could set up things on this side that could be used when I'm on that side, looking at that side, and things back here and have floor space. And then I've got drawers under my bed that, like the way it is set up here, I can't pull them out easily. Well, according to my heater, it's warm enough in here. I have to disagree, but okay. All right, anyway, so that's something that's changed. So I will get my bed set up the way it was from window to window and rearrange my camper to suit my conveniences, well, suit my mood or whatever, my convenience, and then I will fix those lights. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna kick back now. I know my hair's a mess. I keep forgetting to put a brush in here. My brush is in the truck. So I tried my little 400-watt heater and it didn't do the job. So I got out my 1500-watt heater, space heater. What I like about that thing is it has a thermostat. Once it gets warm enough in here, I've got the temp set right for me, but once it gets warm enough, it cuts off, which is good. Also, okay, what I don't like about any heater is right here where the seam is. It got wet because of the condensation, the heat and cold mat, and the way my bed is configured right now, I can't get to the stuff back there to dry it out. My bed is covering it. This morning I'm a bit annoyed and frustrated about my setup. I have to move this around, to move that around, to move the other thing around, and then, am I in a bad mood? No, I'm not. Because one thing I know is I'm about to have coffee. Yeah, coffee. Coffee, my favorite part of the day. And I have Folgers. I hadn't had Folgers in a while because I've been trying all kinds of different coffees. But here we go. And I use sugar and creamer in mine. I will not drink it like that. I've tried. I wished I could. Smells good. Anyway, so I am going to have coffee. And I'm going to have my protein shake. I'm not one of those kinds of people who can say, I like bacon and eggs. I do. But that's more of for me, a brunch, lunch, dinner thing. I even love it for dinner. But in the morning, if I eat like that, I'll feel sick all day. The grease will weigh heavily on me and I just won't feel well. So I've always had to do something a little different. Like the protein shakes are really good. I'm glad I found those. And I used to do cereal. There are some kinds of cereals I can still eat. Something like that. But I find the right thing that will stay with me until my body's ready for the bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs are more of a treat food for me. Anyway, so I'm going to have a protein shake. And then I'm going to drink my coffee. I don't want to say I don't like my Runaway, because I do. I love my Runaway. My Runaway camper. I just like the other configuration better with the bed east to west, so that things are scooted under the bed according to how they'll be needed, easy to get to, better floor space. So yeah, I'm going to get back to that as soon as I can. Anyway, I'm going to drink some coffee and have breakfast. So I'm sitting here, kick back, watching my favorite videos on YouTube, drinking my coffee, my second cup, and I'm sitting here thinking about what could I do differently here. Before I talk about that, I just want to show you, I just figured out my comfy spot as I sit here in my camper. What I have is this. I bought this for work because I have bad back issues. Well, actually, it's just sitting in a chair doing work too long issues. And I don't need it because I've got the right chair at work now. So I'm like, why don't I put this in my camper and use it, you know, to lean back on it. So I'm leaning back on this, got my legs stretched out on my bed. I almost feel like I'm sitting in my recliner. It's comfy. So when I reset my bed to where it's across from window to window, that'll be great. But I'm also thinking about I can't help but sit here and think about, well, what's the solution to this inconvenient mess? And one of my first solutions, you know, was moving my bed and making sure there's space on each side of the bed to move around. But this is what I think I'm going to do. See, there's my little fridge, and I've been thinking about adding a second shelf, that's the plan. I'm going to add a second shelf. The fridge, I want to keep that there. So it needs to be able to open. So I think that what I'm going to do is put a little higher shelf right there, and that comes down here. Or I could do across here down, so something can be tucked in that little spot there. I don't know if it's making sense, but then when I settle into my camp, when I settle into camp, forget about your hair. When I settle into my camp, I can put my coffee pot out, all the little things I need, get them set up on the shelf so that, you know, they're usable. I don't have to dig into this, dig under this to do things. There'll be things that I have to get out from under the bed, but that should be a case of things I'm getting to use so that I can use outside or whatever. There are cats wandering around out there. But anyway, I think a shelf will help because it'll give me two places to put things, like under the shelf and on the shelf, for practical uses, because my sink will go over there. That gray box maybe will go over there, back over there. Anyway, those are some things I've been thinking about as I sit here drinking my coffee, my second cup. It must have made me more alert, but anyway, it's too warm in my trailer, my camper now. My heater just went off. Okay, all right.